how's it going? Eastbayanglers out here. We're talking bass fishing all the time, like always. Today we're talking specifically about mastering the basics. Now, if you guys haven't, been out there and put in years of, work and experience, and you don't already know kind of the deal and what these fish tend to do season by season. When you first start off bass fishing, a lot of people tell you about all this fancy stuff, line, lures, rods, just all these different things, and a lot of it you don't need. When what you really need is to understand the basics and master the basics, the core fundamentals of fishing. And once you do so, you're going to apply or be able to apply on the go a lot of different scenarios. You're going to be able to modify things, and you're going to have a lot of options where a lot of other anglers are not going to be as versatile. So let's go ahead and break it down. Let me tell you an example of what I'm talking about. So I got a buddy, and he's using 20-pound line. He's using fluorocarbon, monofilament, I don't know, right? And he's drop shotting some old line, most likely monofilament. It's on a, more or less a saltwater rod, kind of almost, basically it's insane. He's drop shotting with a 1/2 ounce weight, and he's got a 12-inch leader going down, 10-inch leader, and the guy ends up catching a close to over 12.5-pound Mackinaw lake trout, drop shotting. This is in January, and so you can kind of get this idea that for this situation, it's old line, doesn't matter. It's been sitting around for 20 years, doesn't matter. It's monofilament, and it's got all this coil and memory. There's a lot of nicks and frays, and there's it's not the right rod, it's not the right reel, yet he was able to do it. So what I want to talk to you guys today about is how to be able to not narrow it down so much. Out there right now, they're trying to make a lot of money off you guys, and they're going to make a particular hook, and they're going to say this is the right drop shot hook, this is the right flipping hook, this is, and they're going to sell you. They're going to make a lot of money. So one thing you're going to have to understand is just how to make the most simple things work for you at a basic level. And once you do that, you'll understand, okay, so any kind of hook with this type of shank or this profile, any hook is going to do very well drop shotting. And a hook, say an octopus hook is not going to be the greatest drop shot hook, but a bait holder hook, just a regular, bait holder hook, something very simple, a very basic, old school, been around forever, one of the first hooks, or one of the oldest hooks I can even think of, actually. And this hook, drop shot with that, and you'll be surprised. Doesn't bend out, it's small, it gets bit, and they do catch a lot of fish. And actually, that's one of my favorite hooks for a lot of things. But it's 4 cents I pay for each one, so it's very cheap. And a lot of people think, well, you're not serious. No, I'm serious about fishing. I'm not going to get sold or caught up on Gamakatsu, VMC, owner, and the name of things. So mastering the basics is really all about understanding what kind of hooks are right for different rigs, what kind of sinkers and weights are good for certain rigs and why, how to save money, what's practical, you know, and that's kind of, you know, where I look at it. You know, a lot of people, they get into fishing and they're trying to, you know, figure it all out. And a lot of times it feels like you're opening the door to an ocean of information in the bass fishing world and in any particular sport of fishing, or but bass is unique in the fact that there's just, there's so many different ways that you can catch them, right? So there's 1,000 lures, there's 1,000 colors, there's 1,000 brands. So really understand that, you know, getting your cadence down is more important in the beginning than what you're throwing. So understanding the basic hooks and sinkers, the basic rigs that are going to be effective and have been for just about, you know, forever. So what kind of tips can I give you guys to master the basics in the beginning, first 5 years of bass fishing? Well, I would say, you know, spend a lot of time on the water. Find, there's always, you know, there's a, you know, the saying goes, you know, oh, there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat, I believe is the way the saying goes. Well, I'll tell you, that might be so, but out of those 1,000 ways, there's going to be a few, just a handful or less, maybe one, that's going to be the best way, the most efficient way to skin a cat. So when it comes down to it, you know, understanding that when you tie up your rig, having your knots just right, understanding, you know, the placement of particular pieces that are essential. So like for an umbrella rig, you know, understanding that you want your teasers, because they're not, you know, they're not weighted or keeled in any way, so you're gonna want to go ahead and make sure you cut off, you know, those barrel snap swivels on those, and then that's gonna allow those not to spin. But just understanding certain things along those lines. A lot of times if you just pull something out of the package, it might not be ready to rock and roll. But yeah, I mean, right now I'm at the point where, you know, if I'm fishing a walk the dog bait, I absolutely have to have a split ring on the nose. And it's always possible to downsize your hooks when you're topwater fishing. It's not a bad idea. I really don't like red hooks, or, you know, like anybody who's using colored hooks on their topwater. I can tell you I've noticed a huge drop, you know, in my catch rate with those red or blue hooks, or any other color hooks other than black and bronze. Black bronze are very much as natural as it gets, these fish at least, which is what's important. So I hope this video helped, guys. I mean, you know, the next step for you guys after everything I've talked about is going to be, you know, understanding the rods, understanding your equipment beyond rods, boats, and stuff of that nature, electronics. You guys have a great day. Stay tuned for more. We're going to have information coming at you 24/7. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment. Thanks for watching.